All right, everybody, going live right now, and that
Station
is
16 standing by, Fort Payne.
that is going to be due to a tornado watch. National Weather Service went ahead and put out a tornado watch for our listening area. So let me get right to that. We're going to jump directly live. So let's go ahead and get that up. We got some additional showers, maybe a few thunderstorms developing ahead of an outflow boundary, pretty much, or well, along an outflow boundary moving in. Seeing some pop up here toward our station, around Geraldine, Lakeview areas. All this continues to push on off to the southeast. Got a good little batch of some showers, maybe even some thunderstorms continuing southeast. Again, that's going to be along a stalled out cold front. And of course, Weather Service does seem to think that we've got enough instability here that we may see a tornado or two and some very large hail. So that tornado watch goes out. Let me make sure I got my audio correctly set. National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch. That's going to be effective this Wednesday afternoon and evening until 2:40 p.m. From 2:40 p.m. until 11 p.m. Primary threats include a few tornadoes likely with a couple intense tornadoes possible. Now, again, it does mention that, but the best threat of any intense tornadoes will be further south of our area. But again, can't rule out a few tornadoes. A couple intense tornadoes, scattered damaging wind gusts of 70 miles per hour likely, isolated very large hail events up to 2-inch in diameter possible. Now, again, that's mainly going to be down here around the enhanced risk, but still.
How many members we got activated right now? 7?
As a possibility that we could see a few brief spin-up tornadoes here and some damaging winds. Again, let me get back with the net here. It looks like we got 7 active on the communications network. I'm not sure. I've got you just fine here.
We gotta get them all in here.
Yeah, we need to get everybody in chat. If we can, I mean, in the group if we can. But again, going live due to a tornado watch that's been issued out for Marshall and Dekalb County. If you're in Jackson County, you're not included in that tornado watch. That's due to all the heavy rain. So you guys are pretty stable up there. We have some instability here. It's 74 degrees, so we haven't had any sunshine today at our station. But I've got lots of reports of sunshine throughout the area. 80 degrees down in Gadsden, so it is very, very warm right now. I'm working on getting that tornado watch graphic up right now, but again, tornado watch in effect until 11 o'clock tonight, and I'm trying to get that graphic up really quick. So there's that tornado watch in effect, and that goes until 11 o'clock tonight. Of course, few tornadoes likely. Again, the best threat of that will be southwest of our area, but we could still see an isolated tornado or two. Shouldn't have no widespread tornadoes up here or anything like that, but we'll keep an eye on things just in case. Again, I'm not thinking a big tornado threat up here, but further south, yes. A few tornadoes still likely. Isolated hail up to 2-inch in diameter. That's around ping pong ball size. That's very large. Scattered wind gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely. So tornado watch in effect does include DeKalb and Marshall counties, but Jackson County is not included in that tornado watch. Is everybody hearing my audio okay? Let me double check. Can anyone jump on stream and tell me how I sound? Yeah, we will get with the timing. Give me just a second and we'll run over that. If you can hear me. Okay, you can hear just fine. Okay, it must just be on their end then. As far as the timing goes, let me go ahead and see if we've got any information from the Weather Service office. That's what I'm looking for right now. Weather Service did put that tornado watch up, so I'm working on...
You sound perfect. This station 26, standing by.
Okay, sounds good. So the timing, let's just go over the high-res models and I can give everybody a pretty good idea of the timing. Let's go ahead and get the high-res models up. Give me just a second. I've got a ton of things open up in the background here, so I got to close some of that. So let me get back to the high-res here. Yeah, y'all bear with me while I get that up. Everybody's having a good day out there. All right, let's go ahead and have a look at the high-res models. They'll give us an idea on the timing of this. So let me back it up a little bit, and also let me adjust this audio a little bit. Okay, let me turn that down just a little bit too. All right, let me back these storms up. So the timing looks like we start to get a line of showers and storms in Jackson County. Of course, that's supposed to be below severe limits. Models are wanting to show around 3 o'clock, which we're almost at 3 o'clock. So between 3 and 4 o'clock is when we're going to see some of these come through. Now, what they're thinking, we got the main line that comes through, and then we have more developing on the back side of it. So what we're watching is any of these cells here to see if any of them along that front and also right here behind it that develops could become severe. That's what we're watching for. Again, I don't see us being under that tornado watch till 11 o'clock. I see that threat diminishing very quickly. So let's actually take a look and see when that threat diminishes for our area for the threat of tornadoes. And again, it's low. It's not a high risk or even anything like that. So we do have a tornado risk, very low, but it looks like that tornado risk is out of here by as early as, looks like, 5 o'clock, according to this model outlook here. So 5 o'clock, this is out of here. If the modeling is correct, and it's been correct all day. That energy moves well out of here by around 5 o'clock. So basically, if it's going to do anything, it's going to do it between now and 5 o'clock. Other than that, that energy's out of here after that. So between now and 5 o'clock, we've got a chance for an isolated cell to pop up. Brief tornado. Again, the best threat of tornadic activity will be well south of us, all the way down, well south of us. Let's put it that way. Better threat south, down here in southern Mississippi, areas like that. Let's get the supercell composite up. We'll look at the supercell development, see what that shows. Again, very low probability of some supercells developing, but there is some energy. And the supercell composite says the same thing. Pretty much all this energy out of here, it's wanting to say by about 6 o'clock. So very close to the tornado outlook there when we was looking at the threat for tornadoes as well. Let's look at the energy index. I actually want to look at the CAPE values. That's what I'm curious about. And see what they say about it. So yes, we do have some energy moving in. Looks like our greatest energy will be here like right now. So right now is the greatest energy that we're going to have. And after now, after 3 o'clock, we have a little bit of energy left over. Not a lot. Really not a lot at all into the overnight hours. So our best chance of any severe weather is between now and probably 4 or 5 o'clock. After that, it really winds down after that front moves south. But if you're down, let's say, southern parts of Mississippi, there's a lot. There's 2,000 Joule Cape there. That's a lot. Also down in between Mississippi, Alabama, around Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, 2,000 Cape. Good bit of Cape there. So there's some energy in place for some severe weather, that's for sure. But it's on the lower side. So I don't see this tornado watch lasting long. Maybe a few hours. Our best threat gets on out of here after around 5 o'clock. So let's go back to taking a look at radar. And basically, we've got a batch of some showers and storms off to our west. So currently watching that. Again, there's nothing severe on radar right now. But I am watching these storms here that's popping up along this outflow boundary. So we have some heavier rain that's developing, moving northeast. It's kind of moving in an odd direction toward Fort Payne. Some heavier showers there. No thunder that I'm hearing at the moment. But right here will be what we watch along this line here. So whatever develops along this line, and we'll also watch these back here, but whatever develops along this line here could become severe. Right now, not seeing that. Just some rain. This is moving into Marshall County. We'll watch to see what pops up. If anything tornadic or anything pops up, we'll let you know. Right now, just some showers across the area with maybe a little bit of thunder. Now, if you're in Jackson County, again, you're stable. So if you're up here in Jackson County, even as far back as probably Huntsville areas, y'all are pretty much stable. Y'all are outside that tornado watch. If you're west, northwest Alabama, you're out of the tornado watch. If you're in, of course, Jackson, you're out of the tornado watch. You're stable, but we just have enough instability here, just barely enough instability here in Marshall and DeKalb counties to be put under that watch. Again, I don't see that watch lasting, but maybe till 5 o'clock. We get some of this out of here and see what these storms are going to do, and that'll be it. No problem, Janice. Glad I could do it, and I'm gonna look and see if Huntsville's put up a new graphic really quick, and I'll let you know what they're thinking timing wise too. And they're pretty much in line with what I'm thinking. So here's the latest timing. Let me make double sure that that's actually the case. Give me just a second here. See if Huntsville's put up anything recent. Okay, so they actually have. So let me grab that up real quick. Okay. All right, so that's not the accurate timing, or is it? That may actually be the accurate timing. Give me just a second to make sure. That would be great. Okay, that is the accurate timing. Okay, so yeah, this is the timing from the National Weather Service. Let me get this little bar off of here so y'all can actually see it. So yeah, severe weather risk today. The timing 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Northwest Alabama. Y'all should remain out of the severe threat. Just being honest, you shouldn't get anything but rain over there. Along I-65, anywhere Huntsville, Stevenson, and Jackson County, y'all are out of the severe threat. So really, the only areas of concern is Marshall and DeKalb County in our listening area. That over here in northeast Alabama. Could have some 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Could have a tornado or two. Some hail. 3 p.m. to 7 o'clock. So that's pretty accurate with what I just described to you with the high-res models. High-res is thinking maybe 3 to 6. So right now to 6 o'clock, it's got to do something. If it doesn't, it's not going to. So that's just being as honest as I can be about it. If it's not doing nothing by then, it's not going to. So yeah, I'm so glad to see everybody on. People are getting notified. I've had people tell me, hey, this is the first time I have ever seen one of your live streams since I've been watching you. Unbelievable, but I'm glad to have you on. So let's look at the cameras out there. Let me get rid of this really quick. And let me close that out. I'm about to load it back up, and it's going to put the Sun Mountain Weather Center camera up there in Kilpatrick. So we'll have a look at that on that camera really quick. And that camera has officially went down very briefly. So give me just a second to bring all these cameras back up. Okay, y'all give me just a second to get these back up. Okay, so there's our camera looking off to the northwest. Kind of a dark sky out there. It definitely looks kind of rough out there, to be honest, by that camera. Let's go and we'll take a look in Boaz. We'll look at that camera. We're also about to have a camera going up at the Western Sizzling there in Boaz, too. So looks like in Boaz, just a little bit of a breeze, not much going on. We'll try Albertville, and then we'll check out Kilpatrick. I really like messing around with that camera. It's pretty cool. Just some dark skies. You can definitely tell that there is some wind shear up there. Not a lot, not a ton of wind shear, but there's some up there. All right, now we'll switch over to our second camera. Give me just a second to grab that up. And Looks like that camera's actually aimed up in the sky, so I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll fix it. Just a second, we're going to switch over. So there's our camera in Kilpatrick, and looks like I'm going to have to get in there and control that a little bit. So bear with me. Let me move it around a little bit. So it's actually not the direction I want to... Well, actually, yes, that is the direction I want to look. So it looks kind of cloudy there. Yes, I can move this camera around. It's pretty dang awesome. So let's back it up. Let's look on off toward the... actually, that's toward the south. I believe that's toward the west. Sorry. Looking off to the west. And there goes the fire department. Trying to get a better view of the sky. So it looks pretty dark. Especially off toward the west there, where we got some of that storm starting to develop. So yeah, it looks pretty stormy there. Let's take a look at my camera. We're going to move to that. And this one here doesn't aim up quite as high. I've got to do something about that. But still looks pretty dark. Just pan it off to the west and just can't really see that much. I would like to get this camera higher up on my tower. That would be great if I could do that. But overall, looks pretty stormy out there overall. So let's get back to the radar. And really starting to see those showers and storms develop to the northwest and to the north of us. Got some storm activity moving off toward Fort Payne, all them areas. Nothing severe. So basically, we are under a tornado watch. We will watch between right now and 5 o'clock to see if anything pops up. If any warnings pop up, make sure you come right back here. And we'll keep you updated, as always. So just wanted to go live real quick and let you know we are under a tornado watch. Does not include Jackson County, but we're under a tornado watch for Dekalb and Marshall. So starting to see some little cells fire up around Union Grove. Not anything remotely even close to being severe, so we'll be keeping an eye on all this. Very warm in Valley Head. We've got 70 degrees here, so we've cooled off a little bit. It was 75 earlier, so we've cooled off a little. Thanks so much for watching. I'm actually looking through the comments here. And yes, I'm so glad to be able to go live too. I know that we got all that fixed and all that, so I really appreciate it. Wow, 167 viewers. Thank y'all so much. But again, we are working on getting cameras up in the area to better cover everybody. It does cost a lot to get them cameras up, and to keep the page going, it's costing a lot now too. So if you would like to send a donation to Dekalb CWX, you can do that at Cash App. Help us do that. We're working on getting a camera up in Crossville. Right now, we're waiting on permissions, but from what we know, we should be getting a camera up there soon too. In Higdon, Alabama, what county are you in? It's been a day. I'm sorry. And let's look at the cameras, because I believe we've got something going on outside right now. If I can even get my brain to work. So yeah, we do have something going on. It is called rain. So yeah, we got some rain falling here at our station right now. So very, very good to see that rain falling. They're on 75, and that would be awesome to have one up there at Eider. I'm actually switching camera networks, so there we go. It switched right away. Sometimes it'll switch right away, and sometimes it won't. Thankfully it did. So we're going to look to our east on our tower cam east. So that's actually looking off to the east where some of those heavier showers were actually developing. You can actually see it's pretty dark here at our station, but the winds are not bad, as you can tell by the camera. It's just barely blowing.
Yeah, camera set up here in Douglas area, station 2669.
Yes, that is where I live at. Those camera views are from my place right here in my tower camera. Um, if I had a bucket truck, I'd put that camera that turns around. I would put that thing up on top of the tower, but I don't have a bucket truck, so I can't get it up there that high. Okay, so you're in Dekalb, right on Trenton, Georgia line. Okay, it's been a day, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so as far as I know, if you're not in DeKalb County, there's not been a tornado watch put in effect that far. Like if you're in Georgia, around Georgia area, there's not been any tornado watches put up in your area. Right there's Trenton, Georgia. So yeah, you guys are pretty stable over there. It's been raining a good bit over there at Trenton today. So y'all are pretty stable over there, according to what I'm seeing. We do have a bit of energy coming through right now. That's what I was mentioning on the high res. We got some energy coming on in from along with this system here. And let me show you what's responsible for all this mess. Let me switch over. So right there, our cold front is now starting to move a little bit. So that is what's bringing this line right here in. Pretty much whatever develops ahead of this cold front could be severe. So right there around Hartsville, Priceville, all that's pushing our way. Some of that could be severe. That's what we're watching because our cold front is now moving. It's no longer stalled out like it was. It is still stalled out over Tennessee. So the northern part of this front's not moving a lot, but the southern part of the front is starting to move east. So we'll continue to watch that as it does progress east. Anything that develops ahead of that front could produce damaging winds or a tornado. If it's going to do it, it'll be between now and 5 o'clock. So, and I will show you where the tornado watch is at. Give me just a second. Let me go find my graphic. I'm trying to think where I put that graphic. There it is. There's our tornado watch for those asking. No problem. I try to answer everybody. That's something that everybody compliments. They're like, most meteorologists will not answer everybody. I'm not a meteorologist, by the way. Let me clarify that. Just saying, most meteorologists will not take time to answer everybody. I try to answer everybody. So, I've had a lot of people say I should be a meteorologist. I wish I could be. But there's our tornado watch for those asking. But I definitely am very skilled. I've done this a long time, so I've got a lot of experience. I know what I'm doing with it. And you can trust what I say. North of Ider, Cartersville, Georgia. I'm trying to think where that's at.
Tornado watch issued for DeKalb, Marshall, Morgan County until 11 p.m.
All right.
Station 26, standing by.
That radio just knocked me off here. Cartersville area. Sorry, that's what I was looking at. My map is freezing up on me, so sorry about that. Well, I know you guys are up in here somewhere. I'm not seeing Cartersville, Georgia for some reason, but I know y'all are up in this area somewhere. You gotta be. Well, I'll just say this. If you're north of Ider, if you're in the northeast there, there's no tornado watch in effect up there that I'm aware of. Let me double check that. Let's see if I can pick y'all up on a different map. But yeah, there is no tornado watch in effect for Georgia, so y'all should just have heavy rain, gusty winds, maybe some hail, that kind of thing. Let me swap this out. Same. I mean, if you're in Ider, you're under a tornado watch. I mean, DeKalb County, if you're in DeKalb, you're under a tornado watch. You're in Marshall County, you're under a tornado watch. The thing is I'm not sure that these... There's a bit of a cap in place. And it's 69 degrees right here. Cartersville is still in Alabama. Okay, that might explain a little bit. Oh my gosh, you mean Cartersville, Alabama? It's been, like I said, I'm sorry guys. It's been a day. Give me just a second. Alright, Huntsville just put their repeater on the air, so I'm trying to get back to that really quick. Give me just a second. Okay, that'd be nice if I could. There we go. But yeah, if you are north of Ider, then it's pretty much been raining there all day. Up in Jackson County, a little bit north of Ider, up in those areas. Yeah, I'm looking at it through a secondary map. Sorry, I'm not looking on the map that you're looking at, by the way. I'm looking at it through my other map because it's more in depth. So I'm trying to find Cartersville. I see Trenton, Georgia, clear as day. I see Ider. Yeah, I'm thinking y'all would have to be over toward Rising Fawn area. Am I right? Kind of that way? Like, I'm not familiar with Georgia. I've never heard of Cartersville, Alabama either. That's another one. I've never heard of it, honestly. So I gotta say, I'm not sure. I can't get this radar to even pull it up. But I'll just tell you, if you're in Georgia, there's no tornado watch there. Not at all. If you're in DeKalb County, you're under a tornado watch. So, you know, look up on your map and see what county you're in. That would help out a lot. And Marshall County, you're under a tornado watch too. So, it could be, we're really watching it right now. Okay, so you're just up above Ider. Okay. I know I'm not seeing it on my maps. So yeah, if you're in DeKalb County, you're under a watch. Yeah, I know Cartersville, Georgia's east of Rome, but I mean, those two confuse me. I think we're talking about Cartersville, Alabama, though. Those two always confuse the heck out of me. Basically, right here is what we are watching. Let me get my map to unfreeze. Basically, this line right here is what we're watching. If it doesn't do anything, then it's probably not going to be honest. So I'm just going to watch it.
Good afternoon. Do you have traffic for the emergency net, sir? I do not. Okay.
Sandra?
Sandrock or Scott is an incorporated community in DeKalb County in this.
I never heard of that.
Yeah, Cartersville also knows.
Yeah, they told us what's running by us, the call sign out of Colby County, out of Western Colby County liaison. Kilo 4.
Oh, thanks. I'll be dang. Learn something new every day. Goodness gracious.
All right, copy. Coleman County in the mix. Thank you for being here, sir. I appreciate it. This is KD4MPW. Net Control, North Alabama, Southern Middle Tennessee Skywarn Network for Tornado Watch number 187.
So let's see what they've got talking about here.
Central Standard Time.
So again, watching that line there, it's on top of Falkville almost, along I-65. It's continuing to move into Marshall County. That will be the line that we have to watch for any severe weather development. And there could still be a few more pop up out there along this, so don't be surprised. Oh yeah, yeah, this is station 58. All stations, Huntsville's activated their emergency net. You can listen to that on 147.240. 147.240. Huntsville Weather Service is up officially. I'm thinking you guys will be more of a strong storm because, like I said, y'all don't have hardly any energy there. So yeah, if you're in Scottsboro, I'm thinking just rain and wind, like unless something crazy happens, which I'm really not convinced that we're going to get severe weather out of this. But again, I can be wrong. So we've cooled off to 68 degrees. So the humidity is 96%. So there is a lot of humidity out there, a lot of moisture in the air. There's not a lot of lift. I mean, there is some lift out there, obviously, but there's not a ton of lift. Something that I would expect to see storms produce ping pong ball size hail and stuff, you know, like we do have some lift, but the wind shear and stuff, we have a bit of wind shear, but not the type of sheared environment that I would expect tornadoes or large hail the size of, you know, ping pong balls. Not here. Maybe south of us, but not with this system here. I mean, I'm just gonna have to say that. Straight line winds, 60 mile an hour. Yeah, I'll give you that. An isolated spin up tornado. Yeah, I'll give you that too. There's a possibility of that, but I'm not seeing a favorable environment for just an absolute mess. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not going to be a big mess, I don't think. Yeah, we haven't had hardly any rain here in Dekalb, at least here where I'm at. And Marshall County, they haven't had a lot too. The storms have been trending pretty much the way they're going right now, kind of northeast, and they've been staying north of us, which the high-res model showed they would stay north of us a bit. So that's allowed for just a little more instability here in Dekalb and Marshall County, and there's not a lot, just to be honest. Don't let your guard down because these, you know, weather in Alabama in May can do the craziest stuff. It can go from this to a tornado pretty quick, but I'm not really seeing that kind of setup personally, but I've been wrong before. Very rarely, but I have been wrong. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I have been wrong before. I don't know who really hasn't. Yeah, these storms near Falkville, I mean, they're producing some heavy rain and even some gusty winds, but nothing severe. Yeah, all the storms in DeKalb County seem to be pretty well behaved. There's nothing crazy going on with them yet. We pray it stays that way.
Station 20 checking in.
Okay, so this is a little...
Jackson County,
Alright, give me a second. JCEMA, go ahead.
Just checking in.
Okay. 10-4, got you checked in there, Jackson EMA. Also got you checked into Station 20 there and section. All right.
Station 45 checking in.
10-4 got you checked in there, 45. Okay, so hopefully we don't have any more check-ins, but if we do, that's awesome. So
Station. Hold on.
I show good.
Station 50's checked in.
Copy 50 and 26. Okay, so I'm going to give it just a moment.
Station 15 checking in.
There's Wesley. Copy 15 got you checked in. As Wesley over in Henniger, actually. Okay, so let me try to break this down, as I know it is a little bit confusing to everybody, the motion of these storms. So let me break it down a little bit. And I still have not figured out how to get rid of that ding, by the way. I know it's driving everybody crazy. It's driving me crazy. I have not yet figured out how to get that to go away. Ever since my computer updated, it does that. And it is incredibly annoying. Alright, so let me break this down a little bit now that I got my second radar up. Yeah, send hearts. Hey, I don't mind at all. I would appreciate whatever, share and follow, like. So let me break down what's going on here. Why are these storms moving in such an odd direction? Okay, so as you can see, these storms are lifting on off kind of to the northeast. We got these storms here, and I should be able to draw, but for some reason I can't. Here we go. So yeah, we got these storms moving off to the northeast. I know it's confusing the heck out of everybody, but this is why. Up here to the north, the storms are stalled out.
Station 45, Station 26, Station
Give me a second.
BKA, Jackson County EMA, Station 51, Station 20, Station 22, Station 16, Station 15, Station 18's having problems with her Zillow, and Station 50 is checked in. Station 26 standing by.
All right, thanks for those check-in lists there, Brandy. So let me break this down again. So all of our storms are moving to the northeast, but the northern part of this, as mentioned, is stalled out. It's not really moving much, so it's causing these storms to move a bit northeast, but at the same time, we got our cold front coming in back here, and it's starting to move east. So this is what's happening. Storms are moving in a northeasterly direction, but they're also drifting southeast along or ahead of that cold front. So that cold front is forcing these storms to move east now. I hope that makes a little bit more sense as to why they are moving in an odd direction. And anytime you have this, you've got some wind shear in there, and some of these storms could rotate. That's what's being watched. When they're moving different directions, you've got, storms being pushed from the west to the east, and you've got storm motion northeast already. You see where you could get a bit of a spin in there. So there's a little bit of wind shear in there ahead of this. That's what we're watching mainly.
Here was Station 26 standing by.
Yeah, there's a lot of units out there checking in. That's our emergency communications group there. Also directly with Jackson EMA, so they're in there. We're ready to go. If anything is spotted right away, instantaneously, it's got out where it needs to get out at. So that's kind of the whole point of the group there. Thank you, Shelby. I appreciate that. But the good news right now, these storms are not doing much. That's the good news, is they're not doing much. And I believe there's a cap that's keeping those storms from reaching up very high in the atmosphere and pulling down. So if, that's what I believe we've got going on here is a cap situation where these storms, the energy, there may be some energy up there for these storms, but they're not being able to get into it just yet. If they was, we would see a lot more explosive activity than what we're seeing. But right now, I mean, there's not even, let me double check with the lightning, see if there's any lightning. There's not even any lightning on any of this. So, they're just not able to tap into that energy, so that's good news. My computer is freezing so bad right now because I have so much up at one time. Let me close some stuff in the background. And my memory, yeah, well, my memory shouldn't be getting low on this computer, but I've got like probably 20 or 30 things opened up, and it's not helping the stream any. All right, let's look at our cameras really quick.
Also checked in.
So let me move that back away from the radio, the mic a little bit, so it's not giving everybody a migraine. All right, let's look at our sky cam really quick. That's looking off to the east. Still looks pretty stormy out there. You can see those additional storms developing, moving off to the east, northeast. I need a camera that's facing west, so I'm going to have to switch back to our other camera. So let's do that. I'm going to go back to our Kilpatrick camera. That means I got to switch camera networks. And there we go. Oh wow, look at that. Yeah, that's what I was expecting to see, to be honest. So yeah, looking really dark, really stormy on off to the west there. But again, we're working on getting one of these put in Crossville, hopefully. It will not be a 360 camera, more than likely, but... And I believe... trying to think, trying to get this back the way Ty had it. I'm very weird when it comes to stuff being put back the way it came, so forgive me. And that looks about right. Anyway, yeah, it looks pretty stormy. Just some heavy storms with wind. It looked like it had some gusty winds with it, by the way. Looking at it through the sky cam there, it looked like it had some wind with it, but that's to be expected. It is starting to strengthen just a bit over Summerville, and it's moving on off toward the northwest portion of Marshall County, as we was just looking at it on the camera. Yeah, I can actually verify some strong winds with it. That may be all we get, is some strong winds and heavy rain. And that may be it. But we are at 67 degrees, so hang on a minute and let me bring another instrument up. Okay.
This is KD4MPW, net control for the North Alabama, Southern Middle Tennessee Skywarn Network. This net has been activated at the request of the National Weather Service office in Huntsville for tornado watch number 187, in effect until 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. In Alabama, this includes 4 counties: Coleman, Morgan, Dekalb, and Marshall. Coleman, Morgan, Dekalb, and Marshall. This includes the cities of Albertville, Arab, Boaz, Coleman, Decatur, Fort Payne, Gunnersville, and Rainsville. KD4MPW.
All right, so I'm trying to get my... There we go. Just trying to get our station to open up there. All right, so let's look at temperatures. Let's see exactly, you know, how warm it is out here. So let's bring our stations up. And it may take them just a moment to load up. All right, so we got 67 here at our station, 66 in Geraldine. Again, to be honest, the better instability looks to be in Marshall County. I mean, we're going to have to watch Marshall County as it gets closer there, because you guys are looking at temperatures around 75 at Boaz. That's where I get concerned when I start seeing 75, 76 degrees. But you can see where the more stable air is at. If I zoom out, probably see where the more stable air is actually hanging out at. Look at up here in Jackson County, 61 degrees, very stable there. Decatur, just to the northeast of Decatur, 65 degrees. Athens, 65. Over here in Florence, 61. You can see where that stable air is at, and you can actually see where the cold front is at. Just look at that, 61. The cold front is east of Florence right now. There's the colder air. So right there is that line of colder air that we're watching, and this warmer air is what's going to cause a problem, depending on where it's at and depending on if the storms can get into it. But I will tell you, very warm down here to the southwest, where I was just at before the map moved. Around Holly Pond, Douglas, all them areas south, that's where the better threat of severe weather will be, a little bit south of us. So if you're in Boaz, those areas, be weather aware. Albertville, High Point areas, White Oak, Nixon Chapel, y'all have got some warm temperatures. Down there around Mountain Borough, Whitesboro, further south around Altoona, Sneed, y'all look at these temperatures, like almost 80 degrees down here. So that's where your big time severe storms are more than likely going to be able to develop if they are able to get into that. That's just a big if they're able to get into it. That's the thing. But here at our station, 67 degrees, that's not a lot. That's not a lot of heat, but, you know, there's not a lot there, to be honest. But we'll watch it just to make sure. But if you're in Jackson, you are stable. Look at these temperatures in the low 60s, upper 60s in some spots, mid 60s. But yeah, you guys are stable up there. And I know it's not 88 degrees in the middle up here of Jackson County and 60 everywhere else. I don't know what happened to that sensor, but it's got something wrong with it, believe me. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. So just to give you an idea exactly what's going on there. Crossville, same thing. We're under a tornado watch, but we'll just have to keep an eye on that, see what happens. And I'm trying to switch my radars, but it looks like this one's froze up. Well, let's hope it's not 1,000 degrees. I don't think none of us will be here. You got cloud to ground lightning where you're at, Thomas? Where are you located at? Fife? Nothing at the moment, just a little bit of clearing. Well, as far as the storms go.
It's 67 degrees and the dew point is 78 here in Nixon Chapel, Horton area, Station 26, standing by.
So it's pretty warm over there. Etowah County, y'all are, let me pull this up again because we got some new viewers coming in here. So let me pull this up again. I've got so many slides opened up. Give me just a second to figure out where everything's at again. All right, so there's our tornado watch, and it does include Etowah. Just an FYI. So let me run through that list. Give me just a second. All right. All right, I'm going to have to close one of these radars because they are not getting along at all. These two radars are pretty much fighting each other. All right, so that tornado watch includes Alabama counties: Onondaga, Bibb, Blount, Butler, Calhoun, Cherokee, Chilton, Choctaw, Clark, Clay, Conica, Coosa, Crenshaw, Coleman, Dallas, DeKalb, Elmore, Etowah, Fayette, Greene, Hale, Jefferson, Lamar, Lawns, Marengo, Marion, Marshall, Monroe, Montgomery, Morgan, Perry, Pickens, St. Clair, Shelby, Sumter, Talladega, Tallapoosa, Tuscaloosa, Walker, Washington, Wilcox, and Winston. So that's the big area that's under the tornado watch. Northeast Alabama counties, DeKalb and Marshall. Jackson County, you are not included in that tornado watch because you're stable currently. No problem, Christy Taylor. Thanks for joining us. I do appreciate it. And again, I'm looking forward to getting a new camera up in Crossville. Hopefully we can make that happen. That would be great. We really need some better cameras, just to be truthful. But we're pretty much using what we got to we're using whatever we can get pretty much at this point. Yeah, 77 degrees, that's on the warm side. But again, that also is going to depend on if these storms can reach up and get into that instability too, which there is a bit of instability in place according to the high res models that I was just looking at. So now we're talking Cherokee County, right? Windy? Boaz and Albertville, you're under a tornado watch. Right now, though, currently nothing there yet. Just watching that line that's moving into the northwest. Cherokee, you're under a tornado watch until 11 o'clock tonight. I don't believe that you'll be under that watch that long. An 80-foot crank-up tower? Holy moly, I could use one of those on my station to help out. Send me your information to our page messenger, because I've got a person that's actually wanting an 80-foot tower. They're wanting to buy it. So send me your information, Scotty, and I'll get back with you if you want to sell it. You got 72 in Rainsville and 5. Yeah, there's a little instability here. I've been mentioning that. There is a little bit here, but right now the storms are not doing anything, and that's good. We hope that it stays like this. Yeah, I'd like to have an 80-foot crank-up tower myself, but gosh, I'd talk about putting that'd be great. That would be awesome. Right now, mine is 40 feet. I know we got severe weather operations going on at this point, but station, give me just a second here and I'll get it right. I got so much going through my mind I can't think straight. Station 46, 45, you available there? I guess not. Station 58, I'll be standing by.
51 standing by. You talking about Adam?
Yeah, I got a person with an 80-foot crank-up tower. They're wanting to sell, so I was going to let them know. Anyway, yeah, back to it. Yeah, if anybody knows anyone with an 80-foot tower or something like that, crank up, if they don't want, let me know. Yeah, I'm short on funds right now, but my buddy, he could probably buy it.
KB4CRG, repeater.
But yeah, thank y'all so much for hanging out, by the way. Yeah, I'm starting to see a little bit of lightning pop up in some of these storms, especially the ones near Falkville. Starting to see a special weather statement go out for Double Spring, so looks like we're starting to get them to build up a little bit. So this one near Falkville now has some lightning going on with it. Hello, Mike. How are you doing? And Eider, good to see you. We need to get you in on this weather network, by the way. Communications thing, whatever. If I'm ever able to meet up with you, I would like to do that. Okay, yeah, I'll send you a message. That's weird. Usually it'll let people message my page. Who knows what's going on with it? I'll write your name down and that way I can remember. But yeah, right now just kind of boring. I know. I'm gonna try to. I wish I could get my cameras to come up without my radar having to be moved. I'm trying to think how to really do that. There's got to be a way to do it. Yeah, get with Wesley, please. That would be awesome. I know good and well there's got to be a way to get this. Oh my goodness, I think I might have figured it out. I may have to go full screen with it, though. I believe I will, because it's got all of our network. Unless I can get it to stay up here on the top right, that would be good. But then I don't know if you guys can really see it. Okay, let me see here. Let's go. I don't know if that works. Yeah, actually, yeah, okay, that works. And let me switch the cameras around here, see if it works out like I'm hoping it does. Yeah, y'all just bear with me while I try to figure out how to make this switch over. Awesome. Okay, now let me see if I can full screen that. Awesome. All right, you guys should be able to see the camera. So yeah, there we go. Awesome. So there's our view looking kind of to the south in Kilpatrick. Yeah, good to see you, Mike, as always. Haven't heard from you in a while. I saw an update. I don't know if you got assistant chief or what, but I seen something like that going around. I don't know if I seen it right, but if you did, congratulations on that.
This is KD4MPW, Net Control, North Alabama, Southern Middle Tennessee Skywarn Network. This network has been activated at the request of the National Weather Service Office in Huntsville for Tornado Watch number 187, in effect until 11 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Yeah, starting to see some heavier thunderstorm activity developing now toward New Hope. That's pushing off kind of toward Grant. And let me actually see. We're facing kind of south. Let's see if I could turn it a little bit more. Okay, there's that storm activity. That's what I was trying to figure out, which way that was pointing. I still don't think I can get it to turn around enough to actually... No, that's as far as I can go with it. And thank you so much, Sand Mountain Weather Center. Literally right there is where we need to be looking, but we can't see that direction. So we can see a little bit, though. I can see a little bit of those storm tops there. What looks like a shelf cloud. I'm not 100% sure because of the camera view, but it looks like a shelf cloud there in the distance. Again, I can't see good enough to really say that, but it does look like a shelf cloud just a little bit over there. So there could be some high winds over there, northwest portions of Marshall County. It wouldn't surprise me, but it does look like a shelf cloud just a bit. So again, thank you so much, Sand Mountain Weather Center, for the use of that camera. Yeah, I'm on live Facebook, just letting you know.
10-4. TX.
Roger that. All right, so my live stream just did something really funny. Like it's doing this right now, and I'm not even telling it to do it.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was driving and I was on a phone call, but I'm here. I'm standing by.
All right, guys, let me redo my stream because it's bugged out.
10-4, he's doing a live real quick.
And I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. And give me just a second, guys. It's kind of bugging out on me. It does this every now and then when I overload it. But we will come right back if there's anything severe. Just letting you know if anything severe pops up, we'll go right back live. So let me go ahead and restart